right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Tonight, a solution to a St. Louis bumper stumper. The city's new plan to use cash to drive expired temp tag violators to the DMV.
All that severe weather behind us for now. I'm looking ahead to Mother's Day weekend and our next chances for some rain and thunderstorms.
Our top story, curbing deadly and devastating crashes.
People are losing their lives, losing their legs.
Tonight, the new community campaign to make St. Louis slow down. More on that in a moment. We start with breaking news out of North St. Louis County, where we're following 2 separate shootings involving juveniles. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. A toddler was rushed to the hospital after being shot while inside a car. The shooting happened about 3 hours ago near the intersection of Chambers and Lorna Drive. That's right outside Delwood, just east of West Florissant Road. Police could not tell us where the 2-year-old suffered the gunshot. We're told the child is expected to survive. No word on where that gunfire came from yet.
And about an hour before that, a teen was shot at an apartment complex on Rooster Drive. That's off 270 and Bellefontaine Road. We're told the teen suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police are still looking for the gunman. Now back to our other top story. A new push tonight to put the brakes on speeding and reckless drivers.
Community leaders say it's an ongoing problem in St. Louis City and County. Our Robert Townsend is live downtown to tell us more about the new public safety campaign. Robert.
Mike and Kelly, again, it's called Slow Down St. Louis. The Urban League Police and Alderman hope it's more than just a catchy slogan. In February, a Chicago mom and her daughter were visiting St. Louis when police say a speeding driver side-swiped another car and then hit the two, killing them downtown. Weeks later, Cedric Dixon was sentenced to 10 years in prison for speeding down Grand and causing a car crash that killed 4 people last year.
It will consist of a yard sign campaign. It will consist of billboards in our more challenged neighborhoods where speeding is an issue.
Now the St. Louis Urban League and Regional Business Council are shifting Slow Down St. Louis into high gear. The new public safety campaign's goal is to raise awareness about reckless driving, speeding, and the alarming rise in traffic-related incidents and fatalities in the city and county.
Reckless driving, as you've heard, has gotten out of hand in St. Louis and in St. Louis County. It is totally ridiculous out there. We see it every day.
Organizers say in the St. Louis region alone in 2021, speeding drivers accounted for 107 fatalities.
St. Louis is definitely a crisis for speeding.
Donald Nolan lost his 3-year-old sister to a speeding driver more than 30 years ago.
We all can feel the impact, so I just hope that everybody will just come together and slow it down.
I'm looking to take every step possible to hold accountable the drivers that are putting people's lives at risk.
The new Slow Down St. Louis yard signs and billboards should start popping up in the city and county sometime next week. Live downtown, Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
We had seconds to react. All I could do was run. It was scary. It was something I don't ever want to witness again.
Terrifying moments for a night custodian at South Iron School in Iron County. He took shelter in a restroom as a tornado slammed into the school the night before the last day of school. Within the last hour, the National Weather Service confirmed 5 tornadoes touched down in Iron County last night, a 6th in Reynolds County. That includes the EF1 twister in the town of Annapolis with winds up to 110 miles per hour. Homes and cars were also damaged. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
It was a busy day for auto repair shops in Jefferson County. Several people stopped by Dents R Us in Fenton after their cars were pelted by hail in yesterday's storm. Some areas saw baseball-sized hail. Well, thankfully, it's all calm and clear in St. Louis tonight. After a week of severe weather, our storm threat is now in the rearview mirror.
For now. Some spot showers are not out of the question. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is in for Scott tonight, and he joins us now with that weather first forecast.
Yeah, we've had a few showers on the Illinois side, and I'll have much more coming up in Maine weather. But here are the 6 tornadoes confirmed from last night. Ironton southward, so really Arcadia, 2 there, and then down in southern Iron County, and then Reynolds County, eastern Reynolds County there. Here's the list. Annapolis was the first one listed, almost an EF2, which would be a strong tornado, 1 mile per hour more, and it would be considered an EF2. But an EF1 there, 2 miles southeast of Annapolis, Vulcan, Missouri. This is all in Iron County. Arcadia, Missouri, 1 mile south of Arcadia, and then that one 6 miles east southeast of Redford, Missouri. Again, most of them considered weak. And here's this picture, amazing picture of a funnel near St. Genevieve last evening. That severe weather risk is over with for now, but we have more rain and thunderstorm chances coming up. I'll time it out in just a few minutes.
Cracking down on expired temporary tags. Some cities are using tickets. Now, St. Louis is rolling out an alternative solution. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski is live outside City Hall to explain how the city hopes to help drivers get to the license office. Laura.
Kelly, St. Louis city officials say ticketing just isn't going to cut it anymore when it comes to temporary tags, and hope this new initiative will help them pay for the sales tax and get insurance to take that immediate cost burden away. You see them all over the road, expired temporary tags.
The temp tag issue in St. Louis and in Missouri as a whole goes back decades.
Connor Kerrigan with St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones' office says in 2023, St. Louis police wrote more than 32,000 tickets for expired temp tags and plates.
It makes our streets less safe because there's folks on the streets who don't have insurance driving around.
State Representative Gretchen Bangert says one of the biggest barriers is the immediate cost of the sales tax drivers have to pay at the DMV.
There are some people out there that have, and they're like, well, I'm not going to pay it, not going to get in trouble for paying it. If I do get a ticket, it's going to be $100 or $200. That's a lot cheaper than paying $1,500.
Or it's a lack of education on the subject.
I'm being honest, I think a lot of folks don't realize that when you purchase a vehicle, you have to pay that tax on it.
The Missouri legislature did put a law in place last year that would allow the sales tax to be collected at the dealership and will simultaneously communicate that to the Department of Revenue.
Unfortunately, our computer system is so old in the state, it's going to be another probably couple of years.
So in the meantime, St. Louis is using $350,000 of the city's budget to loan St. Louis drivers money for insurance and sales tax to get up-to-date plates so they don't have to pay it all at once.
What we want folks to walk away with is not just updated tags and insurance, but an understanding, a better financial literacy, a better financial education, so we can avoid this going into the future.
So the city is still trying to find a vendor or a company to take this program on, and once they do that, they'll be able to explain more about how these loans will work and will make this as accessible as possible. Reporting live downtown, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
Just hours from now, we could find out if a 15-year-old Hazelwood East student charged in the brutal attack of a classmate will stand trial as an adult. That teen is charged with assault. Kaylee Grain suffered a major brain injury in the off-campus fight on March 8th. Tonight, she's back home after spending a month in the hospital and 2 weeks in rehab. Her family says she still faces a long recovery. Kaylee will not attend tomorrow's certification hearing. Her parents will be there. Their attorney says they will respect the court's ruling no matter the outcome.
Tonight, Brentwood police are searching for the man who stole a car with a toddler inside. Police say he hopped in a Chevy Equinox at the Mobile on the Run station on South Brentwood around 4:20 this morning. The toddler was found safe about 30 minutes later at the corner of University and Crandon Drives in Clayton. And then later, police found the stolen SUV outside a Super 8 motel in Peevely. They released these surveillance pictures of the suspect. If you recognize him, call Brentwood police.
New tonight, a Wentzville man is being commended for jumping into action moments before his neighbor's home caught on fire.
He banged on their door, waking them up and getting them safe outside just in time. Brent Solomon explains how that action saved lives.
This scene on Providence Estates Drive is what 34-year-old Guan Lee predicted would happen at any moment. He was walking his dog at 11 at night when he knew he had to act. At the time, it was just a glimmer of light behind the home. He thought it was a bonfire.
I was like, okay, Monday night, bonfire, no music, nobody's outside. It's kind of weird.
So he got closer.
That's when I saw the fire. It was right next to the building, like flaming up. And I called 911 immediately.
He banged on his neighbor's door and windows until they finally woke up.
At first, the gentleman opened the door. He was pretty mad. He was like, "What do you want?" Told him, "Hey, your house is on fire. Hurry up, get everybody out."
The 8 people inside, including 3-year-old Henry, all got up and out. 5 minutes later,
and the whole building was on fire at that moment.
That's when firefighters got there.
In this kind of thing, seconds count.
Wentzville Fire Chief Stephen Mosier tells me crews from multiple departments put out the accidental fire in under an hour. Thursday night, he thanked Lee for stepping in just in the nick of time.
You did save our lives.
For the first time since the March ordeal, Lee was reunited with the family.
So it wasn't until it tore down some walls that the smoke alarm started to go off and we were already outside.
Do you feel like a hero?
Anybody would do the same thing, but I think for some reason God put me there, and I just think I'm doing my job, helping another neighbor out.
Out of harm they never knew was at their back door.
It was flames everywhere.
Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
The home is a loss. The family says it has to be rebuilt. Not only did all people get out safe, so did the family's 3 cats and 2 dogs.
There's still a couple of more hours to donate to this year's Give STL Day. It's an opportunity to support almost 1,000 local nonprofits like Kinetic Tapestry.
Do you have their back tucks ready to go? Yeah. Okay.
The Theater, Dance, and Circus Arts Group teaches skills to kids and adults. Students learn things like tumbling and stunts and juggling, even how to perform on unicycles.
We go out into the community and we're able to inspire and bring joy through circus and our performances. That's probably my favorite part of this, is seeing the audience's smiles and being able to give a little happiness in their day.
The group of teen performers called the Barnstormers will take their show-stopping act on the road this summer, entertaining people in Guatemala. Your donations to nonprofits like Kinetic Tapestry are tax deductible. To donate, go to givestlday.org.
Finding John Doe. Tonight, the I-Team looks into the private company using technology to help solve a morgue mystery in St. Louis. He's the UFC fighter from the STL, known for his KOs.
I've been bred for a long time, you know, in a harsh environment.
How this St. Louis knockout is fighting his way into the spotlight in his hometown.
A few showers tonight on the Illinois side, then great weather to celebrate Mother's Day weekend. Then I'll time out more rain and thunderstorm chances next week.
New hope tonight for identifying the remains of a man found in St. Louis County.
We first profiled his story in 2021 as one of 7 unidentified bodies at the St. Louis Medical Examiner's Office. Tonight, the I-Team's Christine Byers shows us the new technology that could soon solve this John Doe case.
For Robert Patrick, it's something that's haunted him since July of 2020, when he went for a bike ride along Deer Creek in Webster Groves.
Sort of out of the corner of my eye, I saw like a line of sticks or driftwood or whatever coming down the creek, and then the body appeared.
The man's body was eventually pulled out of the River Des Peres near Wabash Avenue in St. Louis.
I still didn't really 100% believe my own eyes.
The remains became one of 7 unidentified bodies behind these doors at the St. Louis Medical Examiner's Office. The I-Team profiled each of them in 2021. Since then, 3 of those 7 unidentified souls have been identified, but 4 more have come in, all of them found in vacant buildings within the past 2 years.
We're going to be doing everything that we can from the beginning: fingerprints, x-rays, dental records, those types of things. But even with that being said, once we've collected all of those things, sometimes it's just not enough.
Now, a private lab called Othram has agreed to help the St. Louis Medical Examiner's Office identify some of the remains through forensic genealogy.
It's a very big deal for an agency to take interest in even one of our cases.
The man Robert Patrick saw is the first case Othram is tackling for St. Louis.
And we build these very robust, ultra-sensitive profiles that are uploadable into appropriate genealogical databases, and that helps us to narrow down leads.
Genealogical databases like Family Tree.
We're specifically querying or searching databases where individuals have very affirmatively consented to allow law enforcement to use their genealogy information.
In order to complete the work, the company builds a crowdfunding site to raise the $7,500 it takes to do the research.
Othram has publicly identified more than 300 individuals. We help to identify an individual whose skull was found off the coast of Australia and had been under seawater for 90 plus years.
There are an estimated 14,000 unidentified remains in the United States.
I was kind of surprised to learn that there are lots of missing people, and it is often very hard to figure out.
The oldest of the unidentified bodies Rick is trying to identify was found 8 years ago.
We want to stress the importance of individuals reporting their loved ones missing, and possibly even donating a DNA sample, a family reference sample, because all of those things are part of the puzzle. We just want to have these individuals' names restored, their families located and notified, so they can have some type of closure.
So does Robert Patrick.
And it always has bothered me that he hadn't been identified to that point, just because he's obviously somebody's kid, and if he was my kid, I would want to know what happened.
For the I-Team, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
If you would like to learn more about the other unidentified remains at the medical examiner's office, we have posted that information in the As Seen on TV section of KSDK.com.
Just hours ago, thousands of runners and walkers hit the streets of downtown St. Louis for the St. Louis Healthiest Happy Hour. Several area businesses took part in the Biz Dash 5K presented by Worldwide Technology. The festivities were held outside City Park. Several members of the 5 on Your Side team took part in the 3.1-mile run.
They made it through, and Scott was out at the Biz Dash. So
Yes.
we have meteorologist Jim Castillo here tonight.
On a much more calm day
It was
today.
actually a beautiful evening for them to take a run.
It was.
Beautiful evening, and we had that wind out there, very gusty. Things are pretty calm, but let's take a look at that stronger tornado last night, almost an EF2, guys. That was right through Annapolis, and let's zoom in a little bit more, crossed 49 there and through Iron County. But at 9 o'clock tonight, we found out that there were 2 in northern portions of, right next to Ironton, really, so that part of Iron County, and then 3 in the southern part, and then in eastern Reynolds County, the 6th one, and they're likely, the Weather Service says, likely more to come. All right, so rainfall estimates, boy, some areas really hit hard. Creeks, rivers, streams way high. Most are going to crest at minor level, but some may, looks like moderate is what we're thinking here. But Oakville, 2.54 inches, DeSoto, 1.77, and Belleville, 1.1. So we're watching our rivers and creeks and streams, probably a couple of them moderate, the Big River and also the Merrimack River in a few spots. But a few showers out there tonight in Macoupin County and through Litchfield. That is about it. And then we're drying out. We're clearing up, which we need to do so. And the high temperature today was 78, 63 for that low, 75 and 56 are the averages. And we're cool tonight. We're down in the 50s, which is fantastic. And then tomorrow, some clouds, some sunshine in there, probably some areas starting out cloudy. And then we get to partly sunny through the rest of the day. North wind at 10 miles an hour, lower 70s. Very nice as this cool area of high pressure from Canada settles in. Then we'll watch a little bit of moisture, not really for the weekend, so Mother's Day looks great, but it is on Sunday where clouds increase. Then this low, let's put this into motion on Monday, brings in some shower and thunderstorm chances. We're not expecting severe weather with this, but some rain, something we don't need with all of that wet weather that we've had over the past few weeks. So a few clouds out there for Mother's Day, beautiful, enjoy that. We're talking low 80s for highs for Mom, and the 10-day forecast, so the weekend looks dry. Monday, likely some showers and thunder around, and again, severe weather's not likely. A few showers on Tuesday, and then another chance on Thursday. So hopefully we won't get too much rain.
That would be good after all the rain we've had.
Yes.
Jim, thanks.
Yep.
Frank is here with sports.
Mike, you are going to see one of the greatest knockouts in UFC history. It's stunning. The Cardinals were not, and Coach Drink summed up recruiting in the portal pretty good. We'll be right back.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers, driving your way since 1942.
I am a glass half full guy. I once thought Big Mac was clean and Stan Kroenke was nice. Can't be half full with the Cardinals, though. 5 losses in a row, and since the beginning of last season, only the Rockies have been worse in the National League. In Milwaukee tonight, their best player on the mound, Sonny Gray. Reese Hoskins didn't care. A 2-run shot, 3-0 Brewers in the first inning. Jake Bauers wasn't impressed either. That's 417 feet, and that's a 4-0 lead for the Brewers. Gray gave up 6 earned runs in 5 innings. Lars Nootbaar helped the Cardinals avoid the shutout with a 424-foot shot. Didn't matter. Brewers win 7-1. Cards 7 games back. Celtics hosting the Cavs. Jason Tatum had it going early, finished with 25. But Donovan Mitchell was even better. He had 29, and the Cavs evened the series and won with a 118-94 victory.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
City SC is ready to enjoy some home cooking when they face Chicago on Saturday. The City Reds are also ready to win after 3 draws in their last 4 matches and 7 overall. Last Saturday's match has only heightened the players' frustrations.
We didn't give up a lot. I think we didn't create a lot as well, but yeah, we played in the way that we want to play, and yeah, as coach says, it's just a matter of time.
Mizzou basketball coach Dennis Gates in town tonight. He was part of Mizzou Night at Chicken and Pickle. Over 700 Tiger fans were on hand to celebrate Mizzou sports. And of course, the head football coach of the Tigers, Eli Drinkwitz, had the best line of the night in describing how quick you have to be in recruiting in the portal.
To me, it's more like speed dating. It just happens a lot quicker.
He's fantastic. I've been super impressed, not just with his coaching ability, but his organizational, almost CEO-type approach to running a program.
The Enterprise Center will be rocking Saturday. The Ultimate Fighting Championship returns to town. With the help of photographer Tom Stasiak, we give you the story of the young man behind me. He's a 30-year-old man going to work, but Joaquin Buckley is not exactly a 9-to-5er. He makes his living with his hands and his feet. Buckley is a UFC fighter.
I've been bred for a long time, you know, in a harsh environment in St. Louis. You know, I've been fighting for a long time since I've been a kid.
But now Buckley gets paid because he can deliver knockouts like this.
On total strikes at the moment.
It's one of the most famous KOs in UFC history. It happened 4 years ago against Ipka Kasanagane.
The kick is one thing, right, to show my ability as a fighter, but I feel like people going to know the kid from St. Louis.
The kid from St. Louis who went to Marquette High School has grown into a chiseled 5'10", 200-pounder. He's ranked 11th. He's posted 18 UFC wins. And he has also showed some courage by asking UFC President Dana White this question at a press conference to try to get himself on this St. Louis card.
Y'all coming back to St. Louis, everybody know the main event, Derrick Lewis. Hey, we love Derrick Lewis, but you don't want to fight 5 rounds, Dana? Come on, switch it up, man, to give your boy New Mansa the main event in St. Louis in his hometown, baby, let's go!
That's what Dana wants from us fighters, you know, asking for opportunities, going out there, really trying to promote for the company.
This Saturday night, Joaquin Buckley will be the one promoting and punching. You know, some of that video was shot with a GoPro. It was on my head. And I got home and I told Monique, I said, you know, if he would have hit me, I could have died. And her response was, well, we have plenty of life insurance. So we were covered. But I was frightened.
I love that, Monique.
Thanks, Frank.
Forget flowers, candy, or jewelry. The gift mom really wants for Mother's Day that won't cost you a thing.
Pots, pans, plates, and platters.
That's it. You got it.
A St. Albans man and his granddaughter took a spin on Wheel of Fortune tonight. Landon Pendle and Sydney King didn't make it to the bonus round, but they did lead with more than $10,000 in winnings. For the game, Sydney said she was already the big winner because Grandpa picked her out of his 13 grandchildren to be his wheel partner.
That is so sweet. Well, if you don't know, Sunday is Mother's Day, and the best gift for mom, give her a break. Solitaire Bliss surveyed moms and found half of them wish they had a spouse or partner to help them with chores. Frank and Mike. If they have to ask for help, 70% said they'd just rather do it themselves. 1 in 4 moms say they had less than 2 hours to themselves each week. 42% wish they have more time to focus on their mental health, to remain happy, and to remain positive.
Yeah, give mom a break. Here's to all the moms in our audience.
Yes.
There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
Be sure to start your day with Today in St. Louis at 4 a.m. And happy birthday, Frank Cusimano.
Yeah, happy birthday.